Illegal aliens from Mexico were allowed to march through America's cities demanding citizenship. Some even waved the Mexican flag. But illegal aliens inside Mexico are literally on the run. Most are from Guatemala and Honduras. Some travel by train, some hide. They're trying to stay one step ahead of the Mexican police. The Mexican government was outraged by the movement to build a new wall on America's southern border. Mexico's foreign secretary went before the cameras to protest that Mexican immigrants are not felons or terrorists. They are human beings who deserve respect and the opportunity to live with dignity. But in Mexico, when it comes to the treatment of its illegal aliens, it's do as I say, not as I do. Mexico has called U.S. immigration policy harsh and has called the proposed wall on the U.S.-Mexico border shameful. But some have called Mexican immigration policy hypocritical. Enter Mexico illegally and you're treated as a felon. If you're caught by the federal police, you'll be fortunate if you're only deported. The unfortunate are robbed, abused, raped, or even murdered by corrupt police officers. Fernando Aguiar Neri coordinates Red Cross efforts to help illegal aliens inside Mexico.
When people approach us, they are usually fearful that we work with the government and are afraid of being reported. One of the 7 principles of the Red Cross is complete neutrality and independence, so we can't cooperate with the Mexican government on the illegal alien issue.
Neri says most illegals moving through Mexico try to avoid the cities. The Catholic Church also shields illegal aliens from the Mexican government. We found 2 shelters for illegals in Mexico City, but we were not allowed inside. Most of the Central Americans in these shelters are on their way to the United States. They'll be fortunate if they arrive unharmed. This immigrant from El Salvador said, if you're carrying any money, the police take the money and then say, get out of here. This one says we still have 20 days of travel to reach the United States. But if you're a Mexican citizen wanting to enter the U.S. illegally, then you can count on the Mexican government's full help and support. It even has a special department called Grupos Beta that allegedly helps Mexicans cross the U.S. border illegally. Although in an interview with CBN News, the head of Mexico's immigration service, Hipólito Trevino, denied it.
Grupos Beta is the Mexican government initiative which does not help people cross the border, but they do assist them when they have problems in the border area.
But Grupos Beta gives them this booklet, which includes tips on how to safely cross the U.S. border. Trevino denied the allegation that the immigrants are also given maps by the government.
No maps. No maps. Okay. No recommendations about los animales venenosos.
We give them recommendations about the dangerous animals they'll encounter, how much water they need every day, what to do in case they get lost, what to do in case they get detained by the Border Patrol, which paths are dangerous because of crime.
The reason for the government's help? Cash sent home by Mexicans in the U.S. constitutes the second biggest source of foreign currency in Mexico after the oil industry. $20 billion last year, or 2% of Mexico's GDP. About 10% of Mexico's population is now living in the United States, over 10 million people. And how many illegal aliens in its own country has Mexico legalized in the past 5 years? Just 15,000. The Mexican government may think that plans to tighten up the U.S. border are offensive, but critics are saying far worse things about Mexico's immigration policy. Dale Hurd, CBN News, Mexico City.